So today we're going to talk about removing a criminal record for what we call non-convictions. And basically what non-convictions means is that you've been charged by the police, in other words, you've been fingerprinted, you've been to court, and there's a police record, but ultimately the charges you did not get convicted. Okay, and so you may be familiar with a number of these words, which are also the same as being a non-conviction. If your charges were withdrawn or dismissed, or there was a diversion, or if it was stayed, a peace bond, which usually happens for an assault charge, absolute discharge, conditional discharge. All of these mean that you got into trouble with the police, but you were not fully convicted. Now, they all have something in common though. And the thing that they all have in common is that you were fingerprinted by the police, you went to court, and there's also a police record. So the issue is that if someone runs a criminal check on you, they can still see that you've been in trouble even though you weren't convicted. And that's why it's really important to begin the process of removing the fingerprints, the photos, the court, and the police records. Okay? And there's certain timelines that you have to wait in order to get it removed. It really depends on the offense and depends on the outcome at court. So for these charges, withdrawn, dismissed, and stayed, and also peace bond, you just have to be out of trouble for 1 year. As long as you stay out of trouble for 1 year, we can do the file destruction. The same with an absolute discharge. You just have to be out of trouble for 1 year, and as long as you have been, we can move forward on the file destruction. If it's a conditional discharge, then you have to be out of trouble for 3 years. Okay? Again, it's okay to start the file early because the process takes time. Now, the reason why you want to make sure that these charges get removed despite you not being convicted, first of all, the Americans can still see that you've been fingerprinted by the police and they can turn you away even if the charges were dismissed, etc. Especially for drug charges. The Americans do not know what a stayed charge means. They do not know what diversion means. Those are Canadian terms. So they can still see that you've been in trouble. So it's very important that if you have been fingerprinted by the police, you need to act now to get all of the fingerprints removed out of the system.